Across mountains, deserts, and oceans, human beings have always sought to understand the forces that shape life. Long before the Tao Te Ching was written, storytellers around the world spoke of rivers that flowed without effort, trees that bent with the wind, and heroes who triumphed through patience and humility rather than force. Today, we journey across cultures and continents to explore how the ancient wisdom of Taoism, the Way, echoes in the myths, folk tales, and quiet lessons of the world's oldest traditions. In every story of balance, in every parable of yielding strength, we hear the Tao speaking through different voices, telling the same eternal truths. Before we dive in, a little background. The Tao Te Ching, attributed to the sage Lao Tzu over 2,500 years ago, offers a vision of life lived in effortless harmony with the natural world. It teaches the importance of flow, balance, humility, and simplicity. Universal values not limited to any single land or time. Its poetry reminds us that the soft overcomes the hard, that yielding is strength, and that true wisdom often lies in stillness rather than in striving. But these lessons are not unique to China. They appear again and again in the folklore of humanity. One of the central teachings of the Tao Te Ching is Wu Wei, the principle of effortless action. It speaks of moving with the currents of life rather than struggling against them. A beautiful parallel comes from Native American traditions, where rivers were revered as teachers. Among the tribes of the Pacific Northwest, there is a story of a young salmon who, eager to prove his strength, tried to leap upstream before his time. He fought the current with all his might, exhausting himself, only to be swept back again and again. It was the elder salmon who taught him, "The river knows the way. When you are ready, it will carry you." In time, the young salmon learned to move with the river's flow, and found his journey became not a battle but a dance. Pause and ask yourself, how often do we tire ourselves fighting against the current of life when patience and timing might carry us farther? Another lesson from the Tao Te Ching is the strength of softness. Water, though yielding, wears down the hardest rock. In Japanese folklore, there is a beloved story of the bamboo and the oak. A fierce storm once battered a forest where a mighty oak stood tall and proud beside a grove of slender bamboo. The oak scoffed at the bamboo's flexibility, calling it weak and small. But when the storm grew violent, the rigid oak snapped and fell, while the bamboo, bending low with the winds, survived unharmed. The villagers, seeing this, honored the bamboo as the wisest plant in the forest, strong not because it resisted, but because it adapted. Sometimes true resilience is not found in standing tall, but in knowing when to bow with the winds of change. The Tao Te Ching also teaches that those who boast and strive for dominance are often the most fragile. It is humility, patience, and inner strength that endure. Across West Africa, Anansi the spider is a beloved trickster figure. In one tale, Anansi seeks to win all the wisdom of the world from the sky god, not through might, but through cleverness and humility. While mighty animals fought and failed, Anansi used patience, kindness, and timing to gather the wisdom piece by piece. In the end, it was not the strongest creature who succeeded, but the one who understood how to move lightly and wisely through the world. So, in your own life, when have you seen wisdom and patience outlast sheer force or ambition? It's an interesting thing to consider. Finally, the Tao Te Ching reminds us that simplicity, the art of being content with little, is the true wealth. In Scandinavian folklore, there's this old tale of a poor farmer who stumbled upon a hidden troll's treasure. The trolls offered him endless riches, but warned that he could take only what he needed. The farmer, humble and wise, took only a single silver cup to feed his family. Meanwhile, a greedy neighbor, hearing of the treasure, tried to take it all and was cursed with misfortune. The farmer, content with enough, lived peacefully, while the one who hungered for more found only misery. In a world that pushes us toward constant wanting, what would it mean to find joy in simply having enough? Across cultures and centuries, the lessons of the Tao whisper the same truth. Strength lies in softness. Victory comes through patience. Contentment grows from simplicity. The way is not a path to be conquered, but a rhythm to be joined. The stories we tell, no matter where we come from, remind us that wisdom is not taught by force. It is remembered through living. Are you interested in more insights into the Tao Te Ching? If so, I encourage you to follow the link to our Tao Te Ching playlist at the end of the video. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave us a like and consider subscribing for more folklore and timeless wisdom. Have you heard stories from your own culture that echo these Taoist truths? I'd love to hear about them in the comments below. Thank you for walking this path with me. Until next time.